You believe it or not, I finished the entire tequila bottle and was still talking.
Wow, that's impressive. Was it one of those little hotel ones?
No, it was a big jump. No, Ryan. You know what? I'm gonna get up.
Oh, listen to the wedo talking about drinking tequila. Yeah, that's gonna work out.
I mean, probably in 5 years when I get to your guys' age, I won't be able to do it anymore. But
All right, welcome back to Do or Die Podcast. I'm your host, Rami, and we got JP here. We have Emily from Fortis Group, and our sponsors, Godden Porsche and Godden Classic, are making all this happen. So it's a good thing, right, JP?
That is a good thing. I'm excited we got Emily here. I'm kind of bummed I got to look at you for this whole episode instead of her.
You're telling me.
Is she the best guest we've ever had on the Dirt or Die Porsche podcast?
Best guest we've ever had. The most energetic, the most pretty, for sure.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Have you seen this?
I know. I have to see it every day, JP. Honestly,
man.
You know?
I mean, honestly.
And by the way, JP is the creative director, apparently.
So on my hat must be true.
Must be true.
Yeah, look, Rami, thanks for being here. Thanks, all of you guys. Emily, thank you for being here again, sticking around for another episode. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Fortis Auto Group. Tell us real quick, just plug Fortis Auto Group because for people that might be new to the program, they may not
Plug
know.
it, baby. Plug it.
Yeah, so Fortis Auto Group sells everyday cars to exotics, and we're located in the Arts District in the hearts of Las Vegas, Nevada, with the best prices in town, at least the way I like to think about it and advertise it.
Nice.
And you could definitely find us online, on Instagram, on Facebook, at our website, on fortisautogroup.com, on Instagram, Fortis Auto, and then Facebook, TikTok, every possible media you have out there.
You can learn all about Emily and her dealership on the last episode of the Dirt or Die Porsche podcast. Rami, you dropped the Porsche part. Are you trying to say something?
Did I say Porsche?
You just said, you didn't say the Dirt or Die Porsche. You said the Dirt or Die podcast. You dropped all Porsche
I like the
thing.
Dirt or Die podcast. Do we have to say Porsche? Is it always Porsche? We never even talk about Porsches. No, we talk about Porsches every time.
I don't know. I was going to say Dwayne because Dwayne's in Europe. He's not here. Mental, are one of the cozies over there, does it say Dirt or Die Porsche podcast on it, right?
Let's see.
I would be a little
Peter is the
faster,
new
except
producer.
it's actually cozying my beer as we speak.
Look at that.
See, it says Dirt or Die podcast. You see that?
Very nice. Very nice.
So what's your plan, JP? You say a plan. What's going on?
I do have a plan for the episode, but I just want to say, make sure everybody out there hits a subscribe, like, and notification button.
Hit the pizza guy.
Hit end on it. Just hit
hello?
end.
Hello?
Jason, are you new? Hit end. Okay, never mind.
All right,
you
don't
know
worry
how to
about
do
it.
that.
The pizza guy.
The pizza guy will figure it out. If he doesn't figure it out,
No, I can
then
kill it.
pizza.
I can kill it from the editing computer. So
that's
it's
good.
Professionals here. We're professionals. Professional retards.
Hey, you got to keep it in at this point if he said he had to kill it.
Hey, Mental.
Totally.
Go to Rami and have him tell a story for 30. Actually, hit the pause button. Hit the pause button. Okay. All right. So the Dirt or Die Porsche podcast, we do appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe, like, and notification button if you haven't done it already. Normally, this is the part of the show where I describe what the show is, but God knows what that is. We don't even know. We talk about Porsche stuff or something like that. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about...
Tell us, JP. Tell us.
Car rallies.
Ooh.
Why do people pay to go on car rallies, and why is it always the biggest effing car nerds? It's nothing but effing nerds.
You know what? I have the
go
same
on
exact
car
question.
Oh, really?
I
Emily,
do.
see? We have a girl now, so she
I
even
do.
agrees.
I always wondered why people pay like 30, 40 grand to just drive across the country in their exotic that they're going to have to service right after.
Hashtag triggered.
I honestly, I question that. And I think I even asked like my friends and Peter's, even I'm like, why do people do this?
I don't know. It's so weird.
So, for the record, car rally. I mean, there's all different types of car rallies. There's the Gold Rush Rally, and that's the big opulent ones where, like Emily's talking about, they've got people with their bedazzled SVJs and stuff like that. All the douchebags. They drive around.
That would be me.
The GGs. I don't know. Have you ever been on one of those?
No.
Yeah, you haven't done it. I don't see you doing that. I don't see you, Rami, like being able to deal with the douchebaggery.
Oh, yeah.
Because there can only be one douchebag. And that's the thing. You get that many
Right here.
douchebags in one place, that's going to just...
I mean, my head might explode.
Yeah. But so there's the Gold Rush Rally where they take the exotic cars and they stay at fancy places and then they go to nightclubs every night and stuff like that. And it's just an excuse to buy a bunch of bubbles. But
You're
then
forgetting the $30,000 up front.
right,
Nice.
yeah. So they wrap the cars with the logos and stuff like that. But then there's also like the Overcrest Rally. Chris Kluhl over there.
Yeah.
Super Porsche nerd.
We
I thought I was a nerd.
We did Targa Baja. That was
We
fun.
did the Targa Baja, and that was a
That was
Porsche
kind of
rally.
a rally, right?
That was absolutely a rally.
Okay,
yeah.
so I've done it.
The
I've done it.
The Targa Baja is absolutely a rally.
I did blow up my car though.
You blew up your car on that thing, and it was a lot of fun. And we met a lot of people, but like there are no women on these things.
No, never.
Maybe a girlfriend, but no actual.
Except for
Mental's
mental.
Now,
Mental's
I'm
pointing to
saying
himself.
that it would be a bad idea, but I mean, at the same time, I think I would do it for the experience.
Yeah, which one would you go on? Like,
It's a bad idea, but I like bad ideas.
yeah,
But Emily,
All right.
you missed a great opportunity because I just got back from driving an 82 AMC Eagle wagon across
oh my
Alaska.
God, you were so making my point. You you couldn't make my point more specifically.
That's why I
This
said
is
hashtag triggered.
Nerd fest, hardcore.
Mental.
Right?
How in the hell was that car functioning?
Who cares? The fact that he's on, okay. So thank you. Jason just bought the pizza. Oh, wait a minute. That was my money. God damn it. Save some for me. So shout out to our friend Sammy at After Hours Pizza in Las Vegas.
Thanks, Sammy.
Sammy.
Also,
Appreciate
you
your
having do you remember where you are? Do you need an Adderall or
Do you need
something
something,
like that?
Jason? What's going on? Do you need some hot peppers? What's happening? Talk to us.
said this is next level. It's evolution.
Next level
evolution.
evolution. All right, After Hours. He's got the so
Anyway.
so there's all different. So these super high end rallies, and then there's like the Lemons race where they just buy like some jalopy somewhere, and then they, they drive it off a cliff at the end of it and stuff like that. There's absolutely parts of these things that I love, but all right, Mental. God,
go ahead,
I
Mental.
can't believe I'm doing this, but Mental. Tell us
us.
about the freaking Lemons rally, and here we go. Let's wax poetic
we
about.
we never hear
nerd.
this. We never hear this at all.
Well, you guys are confusing it with the race, and
Put it on you, 'cause
I know, but you guys, and this is it. But your point about it being the nerds is not any less valid, no matter where in the economic spectrum it is. You have to be pretty much a dork to want to spend more time in your car and pay money
Correct.
to do it.
What? What?
true.
What? I don't. Hold on. What? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What?
People who are into cars are nerds. What? People who are into cars are nerds. It doesn't matter how cool the car is. We're all freaking nerds. Emily has a slice of pizza in her mouth, so I'll give her a second. Look, there are never any single women at any of these events.
Never single. No.
Yeah. If there are any women, there's someone's girlfriend or someone's wife, and
No,
they're
this
like,
is
get
totally
me
a
the.
challenge.
They're doing it because they just agree. They're like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do this for my husband or boyfriend, but that motherfucker is definitely taking me to something. He's taking me to Cabo lately.
Demonetized. Good job.
I didn't swear. I said effing. But yeah, no, that's my point. Is that there's no single women. This is doesn't matter. When I was when I graduated high school, I bought my Scirocco. I was so excited about my Scirocco. I'd saved all this money, and it was a cool car back then. And I thought, okay, if I have the Scirocco, now girls are gonna be into me because I have a cool car now. And you got to leave the car outside the club. You can't go into the club with your car. You actually have to talk to girls to get them to actually like you, right? They don't care about your stupid car. Emily,
Did you
have
do
you
a
ever
handbrake
gave
turn?
a ish about a guy? I keep asking her questions while she's still got.
Did you do a
pizza in her mouth.
handbrake turn? And when you got
Did
your
I do what?
Scirocco, handbrake turn?
Nah, man,
Girls
it's front
like the
wheel
handbrake
drive,
turn.
man. It doesn't. Whatever. The point is that when I got the car, I thought I was gonna do spectacular car chases and stuff like that, and my life was just gonna be so much better. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
realized
ready.
very quickly that the women just don't care about the cars.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right,
You ready
she's
now? Go.
I'm ready. Even though that pizza's phenomenal, I really want to get on
Cool,
the
right?
bike. So, what was the question?
Next level. The
Oh
question.
no! Have you ever? Oh, my mouth.
Have you ever ooh, that guy has a great car. I'm gonna date
Do you
him.
care if
No.
a guy has a cool car?
No, never. Never. No,
Amazing.
it's honestly like I hate it when a guy pulls up. Like I actually do have. I know somebody
Flexing.
personally who all the time does that. Yeah, I'm gonna go and meet up with blah 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 in my Lamborghini, and I'm like, who and what? You know, like it doesn't get me. It really doesn't.
What gets you? What gets you?
The brains. No, seriously.
it's borderline
if they,
repellent,
like, if they actually know about the car and they teach me why they like it, then I'm like, okay, you've got something there. But if they're only talking about like, I got a cool car because I've got the money, I'm like, okay,
Nice.
F off. You know, like I'm not interested.
It's true.
I'd rather know like you're not buying it you're not spending that much money because of stupidity. You're spending it because you know the product, you know the value.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I'm gonna have another bite now.
Okay, have another bite. That's why I bought my green 930. It's coming. It's coming, JP.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not trying to date women with your green 930.
No.
Women do not want to ride in that thing at all.
No, nobody wants to ride that thing. It's a race car.
They want to be in your G-Wagon or your whatever.
They want to hear about medical devices.
Oh, Jason's got a story about fancy cars.
Jason, nobody can hear you.
It's because of your wallet.
It's because of the wallet. Yeah, right. Oh,
So-
boy.
Okay.
Shocking that came from you.
My whole point is, though, that these car rallies, although they are kind of fun, they are just so dorky. And
I remember, you're right. I remember we went to that dinner and we were at the Targa Baja. Those guys, I mean, it was
In
dork
Mexico.
central in Mexico. Like, we're in Mexico. It's awesome. They're all like, what is this car? And I was like, shots! Everybody shots! I was just buying people rounds of shots because I was so bored with all the old man car talk. I was like, what are we doing? You know, like,
I was driving today and it's pulling a little to the right. I've got to adjust my wheels.
I'm like, oh my God.
the Targa Baja, you pay like $600 to go on this rally. Then you got to pay for all your food and all your other stuff. It's just $600 just to go on the rally. That's not like $30,000 like the Gold Rush or something like that. But it's not like, you know, with the Gold Rush, you pay that $30,000 and they're giving you hotel rooms and they're giving you nightclub events and stuff like that and experiences. The Targa Baja is you pay that $600, you cross into Mexico.
It's awesome.
And the organizers hire a couple of federales to escort us around so we can drive like maniacs through Mexico, which is pretty awesome.
It's cool. The federales go ahead of us, clear the road, and you can go as fast as you want.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So Rami
Badass.
blows up his car, and then we're in some hacienda
I
in the
won,
middle of
though.
nowhere.
I won.
It wasn't a contest. What did you win? You didn't win anything. You won a bill for $40,000 to rebuild your car. Congratulations.
I got to the top of the mountain first.
You're the only guy that was there that was like thought he was in a race. Everyone else is like, what is that guy doing?
There has never been
What
a
are
time
you
though
doing?
there's never been a time when we're driving with Rami that he doesn't believe that is true.
That is true. That is true. Well said. Well
point.
said.
Good
Yeah,
point.
yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, so I still haven't been as drunk as I mean, that may have been the
Oh
drunkest
my
I've ever
God.
been in my entire life. That was the worst.
I almost
next day.
burned down the hotel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a fireplace in the like a what was it? It was like a
hacienda,
wood
a drug
burning
lair hacienda.
a wood burning stove inside the room, and I'm drunk throwing the wood in it, and I smashed all the glass. Do you remember?
I do.
And then I got in the shower and I was like I cut myself.
You went in that shower?
Yes, it
there
was
were more
ridiculous.
cockroaches
It was
than people
ridiculous.
in that place.
It was ridiculous.
It was so bad.
And then I woke up, it was still burning. I was like, oh my God, I almost burned this place down.
Well, that was the thing that's the thing. You go on this stupid rally, you pay the $600 or whatever, and then we drive around all day, and then at the end of the day, it's like we've been driving like crazy, and then the
Lunatics.
organizer takes us down a dirt road.
Oh my
For like
God.
10 miles that was just like washboard, and everyone's in
And
their
it's,
old cars.
You know, the dips and the bumps and I'm like, what the? Where are we going? Thank God I had the turbo.
Yeah, it was some like cocaine drug dealer's drug lair that he or drug hacienda that he rented out to the organizers, and that's where we're staying. And they served us these like burritos with God knows what was in it.
It was awesome. It was
Did you guys
awesome.
that,
feel
Jason?
great afterwards?
No,
We didn't get any. They didn't even give us cocaine. That was the thing.
I was gonna say, did they put cocaine in the burritos
No,
or in the
yeah.
shots?
And then trying to get the car back over the border, nightmare. Nightmare.
Oh yeah,
Nightmare.
especially if you stay. I mean,
It was blown up, so they just had it on the back of a pickup. You know, like just
flatbed. They had a flatbed.
crappy flatbed, and it was
Yeah.
like, and then the guy's just like, I have to go, and I was like, what? And he's like, I have to go. So what do you want to do? And I'm like,
Wait a second.
We have to cross the border.
You got to tell people more of the story. What got your car blew up the next morning? You gotta paint the picture for people, right? They don't know what the hell you're talking about. We were in, so there's a
ahead,
guy
buddy.
whose job it was to help out. He was the technical. What was that? The guy.
He was the follow along.
The follow along. What do you call
There
that?
were two trucks. They were like repair
Chase-
trucks.
the chase vehicle.
The chase vehicles, right? And they had like tools and stuff. So if you broke down, they could help you out. But like my car completely blew up. I get to the top of the mountain thinking I won the race, which there wasn't a race. And the car just went and smoke and oils. It just diarrheaed all over everything. And I was like, oh.
So you
That's-
didn't buy it from Fortis, right?
No.
For the
I did
record,
not.
you paid
For the record.
29.9%
making sure.
financing.
I got it from a guy in La Jolla.
So we're in the middle of Mexico somewhere, and his $200,000 car is on this flatbed. Everyone else is finished keeping going on the next 3-4 days on this rally, and we're like going, all right, he's going to take us. This driver, it's Rami is in the right seat. I'm in the middle seat. It's like a bench seat
It's a
in this
total
150
bench
Ford
seat,
thing.
F-150. But, you know, and we're like riding with this guy.
And I'm so
You're
hungover.
so hungover.
Oh, it's the worst.
And I'm like, it's hot. And the guy's getting, I could see it. He's visibly, like physically getting uncomfortable. And I'm like, what's going on? You can see him. He's like, I know. And I'm like, dude, what's the problem? What's going on? And he's like, I can't take you across the border. I have to go back. I'm being paid to follow everyone. And they're going to be so far away. I can't wait at the border with you. And I was like, well, what do you want to do? And he's like, I'm going to put
Well, hold on. He was going to drop us on the border in Tecate.
Yeah,
Which
with the broken
on the
car.
on the American side of Tecate is nothing. There's a payphone.
And what we're
that's
gonna
it.
do? Push the car? Like, and he was like, "All right, I have a house. We can put it in the house." And I was like, "Where's the house?" And he's like, "It's Tijuana." And I was like, "What? Seriously?"
Some rando guy in Tijuana.
Rando guy. So we get to his house, and it has like these huge, like 20-foot walls with barbed wire all around the top.
How far away was Tecate from Tijuana?
I don't know.
Couple hours.
Yeah, a couple hours.
Okay.
But we weren't even in Tecate. Like, we were heading there. And that's when he diverted to Tijuana. And I'm like, we're driving by all the shacks and the shanties. And I'm like, am I going to leave my car here? And we get to his place. He's got the walls and all that. And he's got all these fancy cars in there. And I'm like, oh, all right, I guess, you know. We put it in there. He gives us a Ford Explorer.
No.
It wasn't a Ford
He
Explorer?
gave us an Xterra. He gave us his wife's piece of shit Xterra.
Was it an Xterra?
Yeah.
I remember
He
being
needed dots
Explorer.
and Xterra,
Okay,
yeah.
so we get the Xterra, and you have to, it's obviously stolen because you can't start it. You have to, what do we have to do? That remote thing, like it was like
I was
this
on a
wiring, and like he's like, so listen, don't shut it off.
Wait, I mean, are you saying like you guys hotwired the car or
He hotwired it. He showed us how to hotwire it.
his wife's car?
His wife's car.
Okay.
So now I
Does she
leave
know?
my
Wife's car.
wife's car. And so now wife's car.
car, right?
And then I leave
I just
my
have to clarify.
yeah. I leave my $200,000 Porsche there. I get in this piece of shit, and I go all the way in. I'm like, you're driving. And do you remember that guy got really pissed at me because I cut off everybody at the?
Yeah, we're in that long line to go across the border. And
we have
didn't-
Mexican plates.
Yeah, we didn't know which lane to be in, and so I'm like, just pew jump at the end. We don't know what. We'll just play dumb
We'll
Americans.
just play dumb Americans.
And the
then-
guy, yeah. The guy's like, F you. I'm like, we don't know.
I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're saying. I'm like, all right, dude. Whatever.
They were mad because no, we can see you have Mexican plates.
they're
you
like,
know, we're like, that's not our car. This sounds
So
bad.
we get over the border, and now I'm like, what did I do? What did I do, JP? And I'm like, what?
No, that's not what happened at all. We crossed the border and everything was fine. I fell asleep. We woke up like 2 hours. We were outside of San Diego somewhere and we got pulled over. I woke up because we got pulled over.
Prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember. Prior to that, I was like, what did I do? And I'm calling the guy, like, get my car back over the border. And
No,
one's
you didn't.
answering.
It wasn't until after we got pulled over that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were happy as can be. You were like, "Do-do-do-do-do. This is great. Everything's fine. We're in some other guy's car. We got pulled over, and the cop is like, the cop pulls us over. We're two white guys in a Mexican car that has no key, and he's like, okay, these guys are clearly hustling drugs.
At gunpoint. At gunpoint. Out of the car. Out of the car. I was like, oh, all right.
I'm just like,
he's
what
like,
is
front
going-
bumper. Front bumper. And I walk up to the bumper, and I'm like, all right. And he's got the gun out, and he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? And I was like, I don't know. What are you doing? And he was like, where are you coming from? What's going on? I started telling him the story. I'm like, do you want to know? You want to know the story? And he's like, I want to know the story. I started telling him the story about leaving the car. And as I'm telling him, he puts the gun back, and he's looking at me. He's got this big mustache, and he's like, dude, you're never getting your car back. It's never.
He hands his license back. Have a nice day. That's when you started freaking out.
That's when I started freaking
He gets
out.
back in
That's
the
right.
car.
And I'm like, that guy just told me I'm never getting my car back. We got to call the guy up, JP. We're going back to Mexico. And JP's like, all right, dude, whatever. He's so hungover.
So I'm calling, like, trying to find where the local, where we can rent a damn trailer and a truck to go get the car. We have to go back to Mexico. By the time we get there, we got to rent a trailer. We got to go back. We got to cross the border with a freaking U-Haul truck and a trailer, and then we have to go into the depths of Tijuana somewhere
and try and
find
get into
your
the house.
car, get into this house, put the thing, and then cross the border. Okay, yes, let's do that. That sounds like a fantastic. I'm like, call Dave, the organizer, and get him to vouch for this guy. Find out if he's the real deal or not.
Yeah.
And so for the next hour and a half, I've never seen you sweat. That's the only time I've seen you sweat, like, ever.
Yeah,
You
true.
were freaked out.
And he called and he's like, dude, no, I've known this guy for like 20 years. He's awesome. He owns a sneaker factory in Mexico. He's cool. He's cool. He's got loads of money.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So we get back. The guy calls me up. No, he contacts me on Facebook. Do you remember? It was on Facebook. And he's like, hey, I've got your car. I'm coming up with my wife to go gambling in Vegas. And I'm like, great. And how much do you want? He's like, $700. And I was like, done. And he brought the car. Yeah.
Wow.
Brought the car back. Sure enough, he showed up with the trailer and everything. I gave him the cash, and he gave me the car, and I was like, dude, you're awesome. And he's like, yeah, no, I got gambling money. And he
There's still honest people out there.
in Mexico.
In
Yeah.
Tijuana.
Come
In
on.
Tijuana,
And
yeah.
TJ. Like, I was like, wow.
I remember
What
driving
a
into
story.
TJ, like, in that truck of his, just like it was driving into the 7th level of hell. You could just see the smog level. I'm just like, oh, God.
All
we're
the
gonna
shanties.
die.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
it's like, oh, Sicario 3, great.
totally,
This is
totally.
freaking
I was like, where's Josh
fantastic.
Brolin?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the thing. Car rallies, it's just full of nerds. I talked about the Overcrest Rally.
I don't know what nerd would go through this.
Right?
Nice.
I gotta say it. I don't know what nerd would go through that.
Well said. Well said.
Before we talk about the Overcrest Rally, let's talk about our good friends at Godden Porsche of Las Vegas right now. We'll be right back. Record! It takes that long. All right.
You shut up. I
We're
tell you it's
back. You
recording.
just hit the record button. That's all we're
And
doing.
we're back, everybody. Happy joy that JP is now getting hammered. That's what's happening
pizza.
here.
Jeez
That's what's
Louise.
happening here. And I love hammered JP
Hammered
because
JP.
he gets so
Argumentative about
everything.
everything.
He gets
How is
sandpapery-
that different when
sandpapery.
I'm not?
But you have a little bit
hammered?
more restraint.
Really?
And plus, when you're hammered, you're hilarious. So keep drinking. Keep drinking. Keep drinking.
Where's the bottle? I don't know.
I don't know. It's up there. Just drink some. Give him some more.
There it is. Got the bottle back.
The
All
kid
right.
knows. Thank you, Peter.
Good job,
Appreciate
Peter.
it. Yeah.
All right.
So what were we talking about? We were talking about.
We were talking about rallies and how it's the car rallies are just basically nerd fests in cars. I love driving. I love. Look, our friends at DWA, Driving While Awesome,
Yeah.
they do
They're great.
the Coastal Range Rally once a year, and then they have another one every year. Look, the rallies are a lot of fun, but it's
and
just,
they're great guys.
yeah, and they're great guys. But you're hanging out with a bunch of dudes,
Yep.
and you wind up on these. There'll be like 50, 60 cars, and you take off, and everyone's just like in these clusters. Hey guys, I gotta tell you about our friends Godden Porsche of Las Vegas and Godden Classic. If you're looking for a new Porsche or a classic, you gotta call our friend Steve at Godden. This guy. Save yourself the hassle of screwing around with all the auctions like we always talk about, and just talk to Steve. He'll find you the classic Porsche you're looking for. Godden Porsche of Las Vegas. If you don't subscribe to Bid Nerds on YouTube right now, I'm gonna shoot this 997. If you said, wait, that's a 996, you're a nerd. So subscribe to the new YouTube channel, Bid Nerds.
Get those nerds!
So yeah, I mean the Overcrest guys, they have. Here's the thing about the Overcrest rally, the DWA rallies. You have to send a picture of your car. You have to kind of submit your car, and then they select how many, because there are more people sign up for these things than they actually have room for. I don't know how that works. I don't know how you can have enough room or not enough room. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But Overcrest is now doing this thing where you have to write like a letter. You have to explain like why you want to go on the Overcrest rally.
Seriously?
With these guys, yeah. And they look, the rallies are cool and they're really neat. The guys go out and they kind of like pre-run the rally and everything. But it's like, really, you're gonna write a freaking? It's like getting into Harvard or something like that.
I would
It's
just write "Go
ridiculous.
F yourself."
Right? I mean, it's so I'm so everyone's gonna watch and think, oh, JP's bitter because he got denied. I don't know if I
did you
did
get
or not.
denied?
Actually, at this point, I haven't gotten. I don't know if I've been accepted to the Overcrest rally or not. But when I applied, I'm just like, I know Chris. He's been on my podcast. Why am I doing this? This is stupid. So I'm guessing I'm going to get denied.
Did you
is
make
what-
a shirt yet that you got denied? Like you did?
We'll have to make a Loof Reject style Overcrest Reject. But the thing is, like, it's so much better just go on drives with a couple of buddies and just go hang out and have fun than pay all this money to go on these rallies with a bunch of nerds. And then you go to these hotels and everything's booked up and everything. It's just, and you get in these like traffic jams and stuff like that. I don't know. Emily, have you ever been in a car rally? Would you pay money other than you wanted to go on the golden one?
I don't know. I think it would be fun. I mean, I moved 27 times when I was 17. So I've done cross country at least. I just drove cross country twice this year.
27 times?
Yeah.
Were you in the Army?
No, just a weird family.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, weird family. No, I mean, this year alone, I drove from Indiana back to Vegas in February, and then I drove from Delaware back to Vegas in April.
Delaware.
Sorry, you're right. I didn't drive. Peter drove.
Peter drove.
Peter drove the whole way?
You drove the whole way, dude?
Peter and a good friend of our Fatty and Peter drove back and forth.
Fatty?
I was in the back. Yes, Fatty.
You didn't drive at all, Emily, on this full
I
road
know.
trip?
I had
Who
to
the
be
hell
there
is
and
Fatty?
drink the tequila bottle. Who else was going to drink the tequila bottle in the back?
She makes a good point.
You know what I mean? I was in the back of the truck.
And you need to be drinking because you were in Delaware, and that's
Oh,
No, I needed to be drinking so I
Tax
could be the
shelter.
entertainment and
Dover,
the
the
funny
city that
person of
means
the
well.
road trip.
Yeah. For at least an hour.
You believe it or not, I finished the entire tequila bottle and was still talking.
Wow, that's impressive. Was it one of those little hotel ones?
No, it was a big jump. No, Ryan. You know what? I'm gonna get up.
Oh,
on
listen,
my-
listen to the Wedo talking about drinking tequila. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna work out.
I mean, probably in 5 years when I get to your guys' age, I won't be able to do it anymore. But
Thank you for thinking
Yeah,
that I'm only
my
5
pickled-
years.
5 years.
My pickled liver.
Yeah.
You're gonna need more than 5
5
years.
decades.
Yeah, try a couple of decades. Yeah.
It took you a whole country to finish off one bottle of tequila?
no, it took me a day. We went through 3 bottles of tequila.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's
all right.
impressive. That's impressive.
So what kind of car would you have to be driving in order for you to drive?
Well, I mean, I've done Penske's and I've done a Tacoma, so probably something way better than that.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
More
The
fun than a
Penske's is a.
moving
I mean, the
truck.
only
We
fun
were-
thing about a Penske is the chair that bounces up and down.
Oh yeah.
Driving cross country.
Like
That's
this?
about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's the only thing entertaining.
We were talking
probably.
about our $1 million burritos that were downstairs. I just can't. It bothers the hell out of me. I ordered a bunch
We're
of
in the
burritos for
container
these
park.
guys in the container park.
I mean,
and
like I
the
said,
la-
Peter brought one from
I thought
Pahrump.
I thought I was getting scammed. She was like $140, and I was like, "What?
Nope.
What? Are you crazy for burritos?" I was like, "I didn't order 20.
So
I
rally.
ordered like 6."
Wait a minute, we had the chips and salsa too.
Oh, we had
Oh,
chips
we
and
had
salsa.
chips and
Yeah,
salsa,
right,
yes.
right. So Peter,
Miami J says
that
we had
happened to you
chips and
too,
salsa.
right? Did that happen to Peter? What happened?
Well,
Yeah, get on
Peter,
there.
get on the camera.
Get on there. Let me hear what
That's all
happened to you.
about Pahrump specifically.
Perump. You get burrito perumped?
Yeah, Pahrump burrito.
Perump.
Yeah, so apparently this is like super good burrito place
It's
out
in
in
the gas
Pahrump.
station.
Talking to the mic, Pete.
No, it's in a gas station, man.
Oh, it's Maria's.
yes,
It's Maria's. Yeah, everybody
it
knows
is
Maria's.
Maria's.
Yeah.
no.
The
So,
California burrito.
I got three, right?
3.
I get the notification from my Apple Pay, and it was $80. I'm like, what the? What? So then I call them. And like, hey, you guys billed me for like, it was supposed to be
$80.
$30, but it's an $80 charge. What's up with that? He was like, oh, yeah, I just saw you. I don't know. I just call your bank. It's probably a problem with your bank.
What?
And I'm like,
Seriously?
yeah, I'm serious. And I was like,
this was 2 weeks ago.
I'm not gonna drive back.
Did you get
there.
it back?
No. I'm not gonna drive back to Pahrump just to go get $50 back.
Apple Pay might give it back to you.
Hey, maybe
It's possible.
it's possible. I'll see what I can do with that. But
$80 for 3 burritos.
$80 for.
There was a
3 burritos.
clerical error. Sorry.
The burrito, by the way, was delicious. I ate 2 of them.
Yeah, Maria's is good, man. It's good burritos. I agree.
really
Didn't we
good.
go there, JP?
Emily had 5 extra burritos. She just didn't tell you.
I didn't mention it to you. Not only
And
that,
2
but
bottles of tequila.
3.
We go to the Maria's on Mountain Spring Saloon on the halfway up
that's the
there.
one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that one's really good.
There's
it is kind of
there's another
expensive
one?
though. Yeah,
Yeah, there's another.
it's only
The
half
same
the
one?
distance. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's usually not $80
Oh my God.
for 3 burritos.
Mountain Spring Saloon, as on your way to Pahrump on the crest of the pass there. Yeah, behind
I've
the
never
saloon.
been to Pahrump. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to go.
What?
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to go.
You are missing nothing in Pahrump.
No,
There's
I
the
mean, I heard there's a really cool
on
speedway
now.
there. Like a really
Prostitution's
cool racetrack.
legal.
There's a cool
Unfortunately, but
racetrack there, but
not for
everything
me.
else sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's yeah.
I know where to bring my friends though.
There you go. And maybe some of your clients.
You know what? That's a great point. I'm gonna start advertising that tomorrow.
Maria's $80 burritos.
Come to
I
Fortis
don't think he was
Motors.
talking
Buy a
about
car.
Maria's.
Come to Fortis Motors.
I don't
Yeah, I
think he was
wasn't talking
talking
about burritos, buddy. Anyway,
I don't know if the
JP.
rallies are going to any of those places.
The
but,
creative director is slowing down.
The thing is, I mean, these nerds wouldn't even know how to get laid in one of those paid places. Is the thing? They'd just be sitting there.
You know, I watched a whole documentary on that. I watched a whole YouTube on that.
On what?
On the places and like the brothels and Pahrump and everything.
Really?
An
And
entire
do tell.
thing.
did you learn anything?
Okay, absolutely nothing explicit. But I mean, the women there, they'll do it for anything. And then they only go there for like 6 months out of the year.
Absolutely.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I feel like
Prostitution.
Rami has experience.
There's brothels in
He's like
Pahrump?
saying, yep, I've experienced it.
Well, no, you know why I say absolutely?
Yeah,
they
they're
should just
legal.
they should just legalize it. Right? They should legalize it in Clark County, and then we get rid of all the crime.
I don't know how great it would do in Vegas, but I think it's great that it's an hour away from here. Especially that he didn't even know that it was there.
That is funny. You didn't know that? You knew.
Of course, I knew that. I'm
Oh,
just
okay,
like I
never
was
mind.
trying to get everybody to.
Yeah.
No, I mean
He's a
I
man.
knew about the
Or
burritos
maybe I'm gullible.
or something like that.
No.
So
I would never.
Emily,
So
Emily,
rallies.
would you write an essay to get into a car rally?
Would I write what type of essay? I mean, there's
Oh my
ChatGPT.
I mean, here's the thing.
It is ChatGPT.
I would
Yeah,
honestly,
AI
yeah,
would do
easily
it.
do that.
God, why didn't I think of that? I should have used AI for my
You
thing.
have no idea. That's how I respond to all my reviews.
Yeah.
If you go to my reviews, they're the most beautiful responses on the planet. ChatGPT, I literally say, respond to this review, put the review in, and ChatGPT writes me the most I used to use God and Porsche's reviews.
Check the math on ChatGPT.
I used to literally go on God and Porsche's, right? And I used to be like, God, their responses are so beautiful. So I used to take it, change the first name,
Oh my
copy
God.
paste into
Oh my
Ford
God.
Solder Group.
You are hilarious.
And then ChatGPT came alive, and I'm like,
Yeah, ChatGPT. Next thing you know, it's going to take over the world.
Taking over my
AI is going to take over everything.
beep, boop, bop, beep.
Yep, totally.
yeah. No, I mean, I've used it for customers. I did all of our automated responses through ChatGPT in the last week. And I made, make this funnier. And one of them says, don't worry, we have more wheels than a skateboard shop. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
That is kinda funny.
I put it on everything.
I did write a script for a commercial once. I rolled into because I go up to Seattle. Sometimes I do commercials up there, and I was like totally phoning it in. I had a big client, and then I had a little one, and I didn't do anything. And I'm like, oh man, I still got to write the script, and I'm on my way to go shoot the commercial. So I stop at a coffee shop, and I'm about to go write the thing, and I just took the one from the year previous, and I put it in a GPT, and I said, make this funny. And it did. It actually made a
It
couple of
makes
jokes.
it
I was
funny.
like, this is
God.
pretty good. I changed a few things, and I
That
was
is
pretty
crazy.
happy. Yeah,
I
it
make
was good,
myself
yeah.
scripts like that. I go on ChatGPT and I make a script for the 2016 Range Rover Evoque, and I literally go out there and people make fun of me because I literally But I mean, I have to make it sound cool, so I take the script and I'm taking a video of it while I'm walking around, sending it to the customer, making it sound like it's the most exotic product they'll ever buy.
Have
Oh
you
my
used
God.
11 Labs yet?
No.
No.
What is that?
What is that?
11 Labs is the voice synthesizer.
Oh, cool.
So you just put your voice in there.
Is that how we got Robot Rami?
That's how we got Robot Rami.
Yeah, exactly. You can.
I think this car is amazing.
Yeah, you upload a sample of your voice, and then put
Do a script.
copy and paste the script from ChatGPT into 11
way.
Labs,
That's
and it'll do the voice.
Dude, you're next level
No
using double
way.
AI.
Double
Wow,
AI.
double
Yeah, it's
AI.
double
Ooh.
AI.
So, like,
All
can you
right.
imagine
So many
being?
ideas.
Can you imagine being in school and like now?
No,
What do you do?
Look,
like,
One of my employees, he's
Write the
17 years
paper.
old, and I was telling him about ChatGPT, right? And I mean, I'm 22, so I'm not that far off.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't have ChatGPT when I was in high
No.
school. And he's going over here going like, yeah, I used to use this in freshman year to write my essays. I'm like, what? No.
yeah,
What
freshman
do you
year
mean?
was like 6 months ago for him.
yeah.
Look, I make commercials for a major university in Washington State, and I'm talking to all the these are the rocket science professors, and they're like, "What's ChatGPT?" They didn't know.
They didn't know.
They didn't know. I'm like, it's something that all your students are using to
they're in
write
their
their
own little
papers. They
bubble.
are. They're in their bubbles.
They're
They
in
don't
their
know.
bubble, man.
Ish.
They don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bubble they can't escape these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting worse
Well
and worse.
said. Well
Thicker,
said.
thicker.
Yeah, and expanding.
Well, we didn't get a lot of chance to talk about car rallies, but let's just suffice it to say, the whole point of this episode is car rallies are for nerds. Go on your own drives. The rallies, I'm kind of over the rallies.
Wow. What do you?
And,
what say you,
we're gonna-
Mental?
Yeah, we'll let Mental
What
hop in there,
what
and
say
then
you,
we're going to
Mental?
end it.
not to disagree with your point.
Nerd.
It is for
okay,
nerds.
so we're ending the
It's
show.
for nerds.
This
But
has been another episode
be the
of
nerd.
Dur or
Be the nerd.
Die,
I'm just
the
gonna
Porsche
turn off
podcast.
I'm going to turn off this microphone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm editing this. I'm just gonna end it
Yeah,
right
he's just
there.
gonna edit.
Do the drive. Do the rally. Go
It's
with the
over.
nerds. Enjoy the nerds. Love the nerds.
Yeah, love the nerds.
Gotten
the
Porsche,
nerds.
Gotten Classic Las Vegas. Check them out. They're our sponsors. We love them. We'll see
Yeah.
you next week on Dur or Die, the Porsche podcast. Bye.
Take care.